Evening, Dave.
Good evening, Sean.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Awesome. So we're just.
How are you?
I'm okay. Well, I've got a bit of a cold and a bit of a sore throat. So there might be a point in the stream where I say to Dave, "You talk, and I'm going to play." So I've been excited about this game. Maybe it's the Lemsip talking, but I think this is pretty awesome. I haven't told you anything about this game. We were going to play Truck Simulator, but like I saw this on Giant Bomb and I was like, I have got to. This is like the perfect game for what the series of videos we've been doing. So I started playing the tutorial.
Okay, cool.
And I got a reasonable way, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to stop and I'm going to save this for the stream.
Okay.
So I am going to. So I've got my profile here. I'm going to click play. And so this is Time Warpers. Did I actually say what the game is? This is Time Warpers, and it's out on Steam. It's £15. I don't know what it is in your US dollars if you're watching in the US, or whatever currency, wherever you happen to be. Okay, so like, firstly, like it's a shooter.
Okay, good start.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? That's all I'm going to. So I'm WASDing.
Okay.
Right. Okay. What does the scientist want to say? Right. Okay, so this guy basically is telling me that we need to squish bugs.
Okay.
And I'll get gold. So I'm going to squish the bug.
Classic opening quest, right? Like,
yeah.
Here's the thing I want you to do. Super easy. Go do it.
I also thought this tutorial was amazing. So I wanted to go through it. Okay, so now I'm saving up to buy a teleporter. You see that?
Okay.
So I can buy one.
Does that mean you can buy one teleporter?
No, that's how much gold I need. Each one of these is giving me. Do you see the gold in the bottom left?
Yes. Oh yeah, you're at 0.5. Okay.
Yeah. So 0.7. Where over here.
I need more bugs to squish, right?
Okay. Oh, and there. Did I get the gold off that guy? I squished that bug. Okay, right. So now I can buy teleporter. So I'm going to push tab and then buy. Now I need to teleport into the future. Right. Now I'm going to squish this guy. Whoop. Whoop. He's big. So he's got 10 health points now.
So you're more stomping on him than squishing him.
So I need to go get a pistol for this guy. Right, so I've got my pistol now. So, whoop. I'm going to shoot this guy.
Okay.
Right, now he gave me 1 gold. Now in 5 gold, I get to upgrade my gun.
Okay.
Do you see where this is going?
I might do. Yeah. Okay. So.
But
I'm reserving judgment until it has actually happened.
Okay. Right, I've got this guy. So now I can level up my gun, and now my gun is more powerful. So I'm going to shoot these bugs, and now I need 5 gold again. I really like the look of this game. Like, I know it's voxels and like lots of games are voxels, but this is voxels I think done really well. What do you think?
Yeah, I wanted to comment on that. So yeah, that's cool. Because that's something like I've been playing around with as someone who is not an artist in any stretch of anyone's imagination. So I've been playing around with Magica Voxel and having a lot of fun doing that. And producing some kind of okay stuff for prototyping, but I think I'd have a lot to learn before I could get to something this nice. Yeah,
there's a nice like depth of field on this, and the animation. This is what I think they've done a really good job with the animation. Particularly the scientist. I didn't really give you a chance to see. Oh, I can level up. Right, if you ever see that I can level up, shout out. I can level up again. Okay. So these bugs are teleporting in.
Do you ever run out of ammo?
Pardon? Do I ever run out of ammo?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be. At some point I have to reload. So yeah, hey Frozen. On Twitch.
Yeah, he's liking the old voxel mix as well.
Yeah.
Mix as well. Yeah.
When I first loaded it up, I was unsure whether my eyes were going to deal with this stuff. But do you know what? It works. So Frozen asked if it's a wave-based shooter. Well, I'm kind of keeping it secret at the moment. We're going to talk about I'm going to see if Dave can tell us what kind of game it is. When we get to see how things go. Okay, there's a bunch. They're definitely coming in waves, but I'm moving forward as I beat each wave.
Okay, so in a way, the game guides you that way, right?
And a key thing is here is as I kill these guys, I'm getting gold, and when I get gold, I level up.
Yeah.
Or I level up my gun. Okay.
So nothing else is leveling up. Like you don't have a skill tree or anything like that yet.
No.
Okay. Interesting. And you got like a Google Map pin at the top there that you're aiming for, I'm guessing.
Yes. So I'm getting these guys in like one hit now. But I find you have to reload quite quickly.
Okay. And your accuracy seems pretty good, in fairness.
Yeah, right now I just picked up a broken drone. Now I can repair that for 45. Yeah, when Frozen saying about the voxels like looking odd or different at a distance, you're right. Like, because this is what, like, if I stand here, it looks kind of crazy. Right, so I can buy, I can do this drone.
But I think that's true of like voxels generally, isn't it? Like I follow a fair few voxel artists on Twitter and stuff, and what they can produce. Ah, you got a drone. Nice.
Yes, so I repaired my drone.
What they produce, it looks. I mean, this is true of a lot of different kinds of art anyway. Like if you've ever been in an art gallery and just kind of gone right up close to a massive oil painting, you get a very different experience to if you're standing halfway across the room and seeing it. It looks like almost unrecognizably different. So I wonder if it's, obviously there's engine stuff going on as well.
There's some nice depth of field.
Yeah. So that's what you're talking about, really, isn't it? Because I think those distance stuff looks actually, pretty.
I think it looks really good at the distance. Yeah. Right. Okay. Now
it looks clunky as any voxel thing.
Hold the phone.
Okay.
I can now upgrade my drone.
So yeah, I was talking art, kind of overriding your drone talk. So you have a new drone. It's firing on its own, I'm guessing.
Yes. So the drone now is firing on its own. Right, so now this is okay, so we talked about this being a wave, so Frozen suggested maybe this is a wave-based shooter. Now you get to these sections where now I can push E to spawn the horde. So I actually decide when to spawn this thing.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so now at least my drone, I can just avoid these guys. My drone is doing stuff.
Did heavy lifting, classic.
So now here's the this is what
have we even discussed the fact that you might get hit and have a HP bar and stuff?
I've got 4 health. It looks in the bottom corner.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you got a little hearts there. Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed
okay. So right. Okay. This is where things get a little bit interesting. Well, a little bit interesting. I could just stay here and activate these guys again.
Yeah, you can farm,
and basically
right?
farm. I could grind this. Now the other thing is, I can blow my money here on 52, or I can. What do I do? Do I wait and upgrade this guy?
Okay, for 90.
Yeah. So where do I go? What do I do, Dave? What do I do?
Do I have to make a snap decision?
Yes.
I would say save for the upgrade.
Okay. Well, it's a controversial decision. Am I going to stay here, or am I going to spawn? Let's do another horde.
Yeah, let's get.
Let's do that. Let's stay here until we can upgrade. Should we upgrade both before we move on?
That might be a bit boring. So upgrade one.
I can upgrade. I'm not going to upgrade that straight away because I think there might be some kind of perk stuff going on.
Okay.
How many other voxel games can you think of? Like Frozen saying he doesn't see it much outside of Minecraft.
It's a good question.
Right.
I mean, God, I'm by no means any expert on this for sure. Like, I do follow a few on Twitter, but they actually follow artists more than games on Twitter. So,
okay, so this is interesting. That last upgrade I did was it cost me 90.
Yeah.
Now that unlocked a fire rate perk, which I've got 4 slots for. But now a level up is costing me 10 again, so I can now quickly level up. Look. So, so there was that. That's an interesting way of progression, right? Oh god, I pushed the wrong button. I just spawned the horde by mistake. Okay.
Well, so now your fire rate's much quicker, is it? Is that right?
Yeah.
You seeing that?
I've still got. I am feeling that, but I've still got to click to fire. Right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right. So now I can upgrade my drone. Okay. Right, I'm not going to do any more here. Right. Let's move on.
Okay. Okay, so interestingly, right, considering our conversations about far loan sales and like being on the rails, as it were.
Yeah.
You are on the rails in this game, right? Like you are being led through this environment. There is no... there's no kind of it's no open world sandbox experience, etc., etc. You're on a corridor, right? It's a pretty corridor and it's a winding corridor, but you are on a corridor. Just
but
like
I am
far lane setup.
Okay. I think Frozen has made an interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you wanna...
So me and Sean have been talking a lot about clickers and incremental games, right? And this is interesting, Sean. I can see why you wanted to talk about this, because it looks like it should be something else, right? Like as said, it should be, you know, it makes you feel like it's just going to be an FPS, right? Like it's going to be an FPS, but
yeah. So do you want to say what Frozen said for people watching on the archive?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, Frozen asked. Well, he suggested it might be a new age FPS clicker game, because the upgrades feel very much like a clicker game. So, so that's exactly what you would describe it as, Sean?
Maybe.
Yeah. So.
Okay, stuff is happening. So I'm kind of like. So I've just got a turret now I can repair. So I think I'm going to save up for that.
Okay.
Something I think you maybe missed there is I've now set I can change the way the buttons work.
Okay.
So the default is now it'll upgrade as far as we can afford. Okay, now I can repair my turret. So okay, so I've repaired my turret, but where's my turret gone? Oh, it's there.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
there's hard points for the turrets.
Nice. Okay. Can you pick it up and move it off?
I guess it's going to move with me as I move forward.
Yeah, is it going to despawn when you move into a new zone?
Yeah.
So this is further than you've played already?
Yeah, this is further. I got to a point and then I thought, you know what, I want to see the rest with the Pillbug family.
Which you are currently massacring right now, it's worth pointing out.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. This is like...
This is our cousins, brothers, sisters, uncles, nephews, right there. From a distance. So they really are brothers from another mother right there.
And the worst thing is, when you, like... Oh, collect active ability module. Right, that's... They are just piling on the new stuff.
Well, I suppose they have to, right? Like, because I suppose, well, I don't know. What's interesting, like the pace of progression on a game like this, because they both want you to keep interested, but at the same time, they must recognize that you're able to just stay there and grind if you want to.
Yeah. Well, my turret moved up. Look.
Okay. Yeah, and it is.
I wonder if it takes damage.
They don't. Ooh. They don't seem to be going for it though, do they? I bet you get a tank at some point though, right? Like that'd be properly an MMO kind of approach. Get a little pet to send in there that tanks them for you.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether do I move forward and collect this thing?
don't know. So, obviously in clickers, right, like to an extent, you clicking level up on things is almost like you need to do it and you want to do it, but at the same time it doesn't, there's no meaningful question there a lot of the time.
Oh, dude.
Two health.
I want to get the, I really want to save up and get this auto fire ability.
So I suppose in a sense, actually, what I just said is not the case. The choices you're making are about what you get and when. And now you've got like 3 level up branches. That is generating a sense of choice in you as a player.
Yeah, this is so. It's like so. This is yeah, right.
So you can level up a ton right now, right?
Yeah, but I'm waiting for this. I want to get this auto thing.
Now,
like in terms of game design, what is interesting about this is that like you might think that the cost of my upgrade is just the gold, but it's not. The cost of my upgrade is the gold, and also I'm losing the opportunity to level the other stuff up.
Other things, yeah.
So it's like an opportunity cost. Right, so now I can buy this guy and activate. Okay. Oh, so now this is automatically firing. Oh, ew. Oh, that wasn't great. I was expecting that to be a lot. Or is it automatically?
Oh, yeah,
I don't understand how that works. Oh, it recharges in a minute.
Okay, so it's like a mini nuke. So you're now getting abilities you have to kind of micromanage.
Yeah.
When they affect things.
More buttons to click.
Yeah.
I kind of see. I'm one of these guys when I play an MMO is like I upgrade all the passive stuff because I don't want to do anything. Like.
Nice.
Right.
Spoken like a true FPS fan. I just want to hit my mouse and something to die.
No, I don't want to click my mouse. That's the idea. I want to, as soon as I can get to the point where I'm not clicking anything, the better.
You can see where intelligent design came from.
Yeah. Yeah. So this idea of like opportunity cost, I think, is a very interesting thing. Is like I'm already having interesting decisions, which I'm making quite snappily.
Yeah, where the game doesn't let you. Like, I suppose another kind of person though would actually go into the menus that you're flicking through quite quickly and going, "What's my optimal incremental increase?"
Yeah.
For the gold to, time ratio or whatever you want to say.
Ugh. I wish there was a way of healing. Right. So this guy's a boss.
Okay. Nice and subtly represented.
Yeah. Ugh. Right. So I'm going to go E. And then I'm going to go Q. Oh dear, I died.
Stompy. Right, okay.
So I wonder what's the punishment for that?
Use key to respawn.
Excuse me. I think I might upgrade my... So I think the punishment was just to go backwards.
Yeah, but how far back? Like, do you have to go through all those waves again?
I don't think so. Well, we'll see. They only seem to be spawning one wave. Yeah, so I'm back at the boss now.
Were you aware of why I arbitrarily chose back there?
There must have been some kind of checkpointing there, I guess. I did have pretty low health when I got there, so... I guess that's why I died.
Yeah. He did just come over and, like, smash it. So.
Oh, man. He is... Oh.
Okay.
Does his health reset if I run out of here? Can I just...
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No. No.
I like how his health is that thing on the top of him.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay, I failed. Grind zone 9. A new wave will spawn in zone 9 when you enter ghost mode.
Ah, okay.
So do I need to go into...
I love how they own the fact that you have to grind. Like, they call it that. Like,
yeah.
that's fair play. Fair enough.
Yeah. So I can spawn things by entering ghost mode? Is that what this is suggesting?
I think so. Is it because are you yeah, you're seeing previous things, but it also produces the next? I don't know. I don't understand.
But I need to just, if I do, every time I tab, it spawns a new set, new wave.
Job done.
I almost got him though. I mean, I was cheating, but like I almost got him.
Okay.
I'm going to upgrade my turret because, like, again, going back to my I don't want to do anything.
So, yeah, but shouldn't you, like, okay, at some point, like, I fully respect you have a play style and that's important, but wouldn't it be sensible to look at your maximum bang for your buck at some points?
I mean, you could mass it out. I mean, but then that's like so far away from the kind of player I am. Do you know what I mean? Like,
which is amazing for it to say for a scientist. Like,
yeah.
I could imagine me saying, "Oh, I don't want to do the numbers." But
I used to always hate like the what was it called? Theorycraft.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I want to be like,
Theorycraft.
you know, I'm an elf and I want to do this stuff elf-like. Elves aren't going to sit there and like think about freaking. Oh man, it's sitting around eating stuff before you go in. Like,
you're such a romantic, Sean. That's so nice. That's so nice. You want your games to kind of. I mean, it's almost like you might prefer a role-playing game rather than.
Well, yeah, I do like this. I actually tried. I tried going on a role-playing server, on WoW, and walked around and started talking. I was the only person role-playing. Like, I was going up to people like in bars, trying to talk to them like I was in a bar, and then they were just like, like, what are you doing?
Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. So I think at the moment I've maxed. I'm kind of almost tempted to see how far I can get. Okay. Right. So these are now. I've got big upgrades. Oh, but it doesn't take me long to get 285, does it?
4K is a fair old whack.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's a bit too much, but yeah, I think it's like, I guess I'm not goal orientated with games. Like Frozen said, he plays more for the fun aspect, but then some people find that kind of like
yeah,
but
some people, subjective, right?
yeah,
like,
fun to some people is that kind of massing it out.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, I don't know. It was a
it's
lot
also
of
about
like
time commitment and other things like that as well. When you don't have the time to do it. You know what? Actually, I'm going to set us a challenge for the next couple of streams, though, Sean, and that is to not mention World of Warcraft in any of our next streams.
Yeah,
it's like 2 weeks, and see if we can manage it. Yeah, it's I mean, you're kind of just still learning this as well, like. So
yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Perks.
Yeah, I feel like there was like a big thing when I upgraded. I didn't seem to get anything for that.
Okay.
Okay, I think I can take this boss. What do you think?
I mean, I always believe in you, dude. But
make a wow emoji for the channel. Yeah, that. Right, I'm gonna wait for this thing to right, okay. What the? I died. Immediately.
I mean, I'm disappointed, but not entirely surprised.
Okay,
where's
where's
legit?
What?
This guy seems legit.
Yeah, he does. Like
it's kind of it's quite a creep up from the waves of little guys that you just shoot a lot to this guy who just comes over here and just like hits you.
I just need to want to avoid the guy and let my turrets do the work. Like, here we go, here we go, here we go. This is it. This is the one. This is the run. Like,
this is Sean running away successfully.
Look at that. I like. Nice. Do you know what? Like, I really like it when developers do this kind of like thing with the. Ooh, okay, I got stuff. Okay, hang on.
I got stuff.
Yeah, I do find there is a bit of a. Every so often it hitches. I don't know what causes that hitching, but I had it when I was not streaming as well.
Okay.
Right. So I've got now single. Oh, multi-shot. Right. So now I can spread.
Spread sounds good.
Cone. Oh my! Oh wow! You can check. Wow.
Oh, nice.
That's something else. Like
so
that's
just the kind of theory crafting level you can.
Oh my!
Behind.
Wow. Yeah. This is like customizing weapons. Like. Whew, cone, I think I'm going to go for. Like, why wouldn't you do it? Like, I just don't want to aim. I want to point in the middle. I want to fire, and all the bullets to go everywhere. This is
so right. Not aiming.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a bit okay. That's a bit much. Let's bring that back down to like. That's fine. That's good. We can handle that. We can handle that.
Brilliant.
Now, there is at some point in the stream we're gonna do something else. Or I want to show you another feature this game has, which is pretty awesome. How far in the stream? Tell me when we're about. How long we've been going for?
It's been about 25 minutes.
Okay, right. We'll do this zone, and then I'm gonna change it up a bit.
Ooh. I feel like I'm on like this is like Christmas comes early, like. Surprise after surprise after surprise.
Yeah. There's some. Yeah. Who makes this game? Dave, could you have a quick look? And do you want to maybe paste in the URL of this game?
Will Twitch let me do that, John?
It will let you do that if you're signed in as the Piltbug int.
Yeah, of course. Do time.
So yeah, I forget the name of the guys, but they've made lots of games like this. I definitely recommend checking it out. This is actually in early access.
Yes, it is.
So the hitching, like, I'm sure they'll fix that, or maybe it's a problem with mine. Oh man, I just want to upgrade my turret.
So yeah, it's by Proton Studio Inc. And it is. I've just posted for those of you watching on Twitch. I've just posted the link to their Steam page, and I will do the same for those of you watching on YouTube. Just bear with me.
Right. So now my turret has that burst business. I think my
burst
drone.
Business.
I mean. Yeah. So I think that's what's going on there.
I guess that's a bit more difficult to check.
Yeah. Oh, I can upgrade this guy. Okay, now this guy's got it. So I'm going to set. Okay, I want to set him to a spread again. Let's just do that. I suppose it makes sense to actually have us all with different ones. Right. So, oh man. Right, I'm gonna have to leave these guys doing. Oh. Stuff is just happening now. Let's do this one. This one is going to be the spread, and I'm going to be the cone because I like the cone. Right, and let's just go upgrade. Let's upgrade this. Oh god, like everything's happening. Right, so I upgraded the slot. Let's just go again. Let's just like upgrades. What's happening? Am I like?
Has the incremental clicker got away from you, Jean?
I think it maybe has. Right. I can level up my turret. Oh. Because I'm an idiot. What happens every time you go into ghost mode?
More stuff spawns.
More stuff spawns. And so I've been like, oh, let's look at ghost mode. And it spawns a wave. Right. Okay.
But doesn't it? So, but ghost mode isn't when you upgrade though. You can upgrade without going.
No, you have to go into ghost mode to upgrade. So every time you upgrade, you have to new things spawn. That's pretty interesting. What did I just? I picked up something, but I lost because so much stuff is going on. I don't know. That is a really interesting mechanic, isn't it? Isn't it? Like
yeah. No, if that's exactly what's happening, then yes, that is very interesting.
I think that is what's happening.
Every time you upgrade, a new wave spawns. What's the deal with this big red guy? Like,
well, I think he's the boss, and now I can kill him really quickly because my stuff is like.
Your stuff is better.
Yeah. That's.
Okay. So there's no. God, how the mighty have fallen, right?
Yeah.
Like, God, that's crazy.
Yeah. Right. Let's just upgrade these guys. Right. Right. Okay. We're on. I'm gonna keep going. Going to keep going to the end, the next boss, then I'm going to do the thing that I haven't told you what it is yet.
Okay.
Because I'm really excited about that. That's something I haven't tried, and I'm pretty excited about it. Right, I'm not going to upgrade, because I kind of want to... Did I? Oh no, it wasn't done. So the... Ooh, I'm going to stand by here, Sky. Look at all the gold! So much gold.
Whoa, yeah.
So I'm going to wait until... Oh, it's saying... Is it saying how many... 8 of 10. So it's 8. So there's... At the top it says like level 13 big bark base and 9 of 10. So I'm guessing there's one... Right, so I've done them. But if I push tab, there will be another one. Yes?
Yes.
We'll test this.
Yeah.
There we go. So I'm going to... I've got another perk slot, but I haven't got a perk for it yet. I don't think. Oh no, I've got the critical chance. So, okay. Can I afford? No. Right. Okay. So I. Oh no! I pushed tab again. Okay, so I've got the critical. So I could I have 2 multi-shots or double fire rate? I don't know.
No, doesn't look like it.
Yeah, the turrets work in ghost mode. Everything works in ghost mode now, so I can just sit here and they're good enough. In fact, I could, but I'm not doing anything myself. Right. Oh, I can't push tab because I don't want anything else to spawn.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you can. Yeah, have you got it to the point where you can just kind of AFK like people are asking?
I think so. Now, someone said my team attacks. Yeah. We haven't got to the team mode yet. So this is what I want to change. Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah. I kind of should I kill this one and then should we go to team mode or should I get to the end of this mode?
Let's go.
Let's get to the end of this. I think I can see a guy over there. Right, I'm gonna have to push tab because I'm gonna. What do I want? What am I gonna do? What do I do? Right, so let's get the upgrade. Let's get that. Okay. Okay, right. Because I think there's a new tutorial bit. Okay, so yeah, so now I'm spawning the horde with E. I'm gonna stand here.
That's quite gung-ho position to stand, isn't it, for you?
Oh, yeah, well, we're gonna run. We're gonna run. You can use ZX.
Ooh, you can key.
Oh yeah, it says it on there.
It's right next to it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Jay. You have saved Sean a lot of.
And you're invincible in ghost mode. Right. Okay. Awesome. We have someone who knows what they're doing.
It always feels a little bit like cheating on these streams.
Yeah.
We had like a world record speedrunner in our Far Lone sales.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna exit out, right? So, or can I just do teleport down to planet? Oh, I'm on the planet orbit. Oh, cool. Okay, what I want to do. Exit the main menu,
okay.
right?
So this is the menu. I haven't seen this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, what I was doing before I was on my own. Now I'm going to go into a public world.
Ooh.
And I'm going to play.
Ah.
And we'll see if we catch some people. So now, there are other people with me. So we can get together in the convoy, and we can go and start killing people.
Not people, Sean. Bugs.
Well, bugs. Sorry. Yeah.
What? Yeah, like so. Where are these people? I don't believe you.
I'm going to spawn another horde. So yeah, Mario... Oh no, this maybe has gone bad. This is the first time we've played the game, if you did not guess. Oh, this has gone really bad.
Sean bit off more than me. Shit.
Yeah. No, but I defeated it even when I was... Right, so let's go X.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
What do you mean, like, oh yeah, like, I clearly did it.
I kind of feel like you are doing very little at this point, Sean, and your stuff is doing a lot more. Which,
yeah, that's the idea. That's the whole idea. So I'm going to go past these guys because I'm going to see if I can catch up with someone. Here we go.
Is there any way of seeing if someone is around?
Yeah,
is there like a map or something?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's the map. I don't know actually.
Are those people up ahead? No?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, cool.
So.
Okay, so so there's someone. Jelly.
Yeah.
Okay. Cracking on. So, can people have like multiple turrets? Can everybody get a turret?
Yeah, everyone. Well, I don't know how the turrets work actually. To be fair,
yeah.
But I've got a rocket launcher now.
Okay,
set the leaderboard. So, hang on. I'm gonna switch to the rocket launcher. So, how do I get the leaderboard up, Mario?
There's definitely. I mean, there's definitely a player over there.
Yeah,
right.
There's a really cool looking. There is a cool leaderboard, but I can't remember the button to get it to show.
Oh, and it looks like, unless that's just your upgraded turret, it looks like there are 2 turrets on that spot. So maybe he has a turret there and you have a turret there. Or they have a turret there.
I wonder if I hit tab and select. Oh, can they hear me on here? Like.
Oh, I don't know. Interesting.
I don't think. I don't think there's any kind of voice chat.
Like voice chat.
Yeah, I'm just like.
That'd be quite extreme.
Yeah. Oh, he's on the stream. Okay, so push tab and then leaderboard. Right. Okay, so somewhere so I'm down here on the bottom, level 1, and then everyone around me is there.
Okay.
We go. So yeah.
So you've got a bunch of other people on level 1 with you.
Right. Let's start helping people then.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, there's a few of them up there. Cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad with the no in-game voice. Is this hitching I'm getting going to be is a problem on my computer, or is this like something that people get for guys who are playing this with us?
I mean, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on.
So it's kind of hard to keep track of it, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. It seems to be when things load in. Maybe I need to buy this other. Do you know what? I'm going to buy this thing. So what's that? Dual wield.
These little rocket launchers look like you're firing fried eggs.
Yeah. Oh, cool! One of the devs.
We have one of the devs. Ah, cool. Very cool.
It's not causing any problems, like in terms of gameplay for me. Oh, I promoted something.
Oh, okay. Is that like super upgrade?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a dev on our dev stream.
Yeah.
Sometimes I worry that like we call this a dev stream and we're playing other people's games. People might think that we should probably.
We're pretty clear we're not the devs of the games we're playing.
Yeah.
That's pretty clear. But I mean, I guess we try to talk of it like with some sense of development, not just about enjoying the games and playing it. We try and throw in a little bit of development talk as well. So I mean, like, I wanted to talk about this anyway before we moved into the public, and then the public stuff is just super sweet and exciting.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on.
You're changing that. Okay. I just wanted to ask, like, can you describe the fun you are having right now, Sean? Like, in terms of type of fun.
The type of fun. Dude, the numbers go up.
Okay. Yes, they do. The numbers do. And why is that fun, Sean?
I don't know. but it is. There's something about the fact that I'm killing more things. Like like these waves were really difficult earlier, and just are not difficult now. And there's not that's why. Like,
okay.
And I can't tell you why exactly that is, but that's.
But then, do you think so? Because that's interesting. Like that's like a level progression type thing, isn't it? Something that you found difficult before, you have now overcome and find easy. But you still need to kind of incrementally get more challenges that you find difficult, and then later become easier, right? So, what's going to be the next difficult? You know,
dude, I'm like I'm kind of like.
You're building, right?
I'm like stuff is happening. Like I don't.
You don't have time for existential development.
So do I have to spawn this boss? I guess other people have. Oh, there. Okay. Oh, he died pretty quickly. Okay, I guess I'm just right. Upgrade drone, ZXC. Right. This game's pretty good, man.
Yeah, you seem to be having a blast, and it's certainly great to watch it.
Yeah, I don't know, but like you said, like we obviously, like, for people who are new to the stream, like do you want to explain what we're doing? I'm kind of like struggling
you're busy. Yeah, like as I said earlier, we try and look at other people's games with a sense of how that can inform, like trying to understand what's going on from a developmental point of view can inform your own development. So if you're an aspiring game dev or kind of a smaller game dev like us, what you can learn from other people's games and like their successes and things that maybe don't work as well in other games, although we rarely find that, and just try and understand them from a developmental point of view, which often leads along questions of like why people play games, what they're doing when they're playing games, why we play certain games at some times in our lives, and certain games at others. And you know, I think while Sean keeps killing, I'll just wax a little lyrical on this for a bit. That, you know, gaming has got to a stage where so many people are kind of maturing in life and still playing games that, you know, we've seen a lot of games come and go, and I feel, and I think Sean probably might echo this a little bit, is that what really excites me in games is often novelty, things I haven't necessarily seen before, or things taking new approaches. So, you know, God, like, I'm not suggesting I've seen everything before, but that kind of thing really excites me about where gaming is, especially with the indie scene, right?
Yes. Also, I think it's worth saying, like, we're currently working on a new game, and so we're playing games that we are kind of going to be related. So like, okay, so that's probably the next thing. What is it about this game? So why did I pick this game, Dave? I didn't tell you anything about it. I just picked it, and
so obviously there's like the incremental elements that we were talking about a little bit earlier on stream that some games make, like, I find it interesting which games make it very overt and which games make it very covert about that sense of incremental kind of progression, right? And so, like, some games, the one that we will not mention on stream again, for instance, like,
I think we're allowed to have that cornerstone that we keep coming back to.
Okay. So an MMO, like a popular based MMO game, you know, they have to work pretty hard, I think, at times for a big base part of their core player base to ease that sense of, well, this is just another sword that has bigger numbers than my previous sword, right? Like, because for that kind of game, like the immersive story-based kind of well, not story-based, but story heavy, I suppose it's got big story elements to it. It doesn't want you to think of it as, well, these are just more numbers. They want you to think of it as you know, Rygar, the second sun destroying sword, right? Like, they don't want you to think, oh, this is just +2 of what I had before. Whereas I think obviously a game like this leans much more into saying, you know, we know this is an incremental clicker kind of style FPS, and we know you're just kind of boosting these numbers as well on top of finding new abilities, and we're going to own that fact overtly. And I think that's interesting for us. Kind of for game 3 is like, how do we not just about implementing things, but how do you affect them tonally, where you're talking to your player and saying, okay, you've got one solar panel, do you want to upgrade that to a second solar panel at this cost and at this effect?
Yeah.
And like, you know, is that how are we gonna kind of handle that in our games moving forward? I think is interesting, because if you look at it like in the other 2 games that we've done, Intelligent Design and Cycle 28, there is none of that kind of, you can't increase the power of your shots.
No, so I suppose Cycle 28, you have the upgrades you unlock, and they're very deliberately, like, not necessarily, they don't progress.
There's no
like,
incremental element.
Yeah.
No. There could be, and there could have been.
Send on a teleporter, white pillars that show up. Okay. Where are the white pillars? So, okay, I guess I'm not one by one now. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so like, we've got the devs in chat. Like, what? Like, I don't have any questions now. But like, what? Can we think of some questions?
Okay, so yeah, so how early into the developmental process for you guys was this idea that we were gonna be upfront about it being kind of an incremental clicker style FPS? Like, where did that come in? I'm kind of intrigued about that. Is that right from the start, or was it something that you were playing around with and someone said, you know, this is what we should do, and it kind of grew from there? I'm kind of interested in that. Anything else?
I don't know. My guns don't seem to have their perks. Maybe I'm like.
That's a really boring question, Sean. Why are my guns?
Oh wait, now they're working.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, I can walk back and stand on the. Oh, I see this guy. I guess. Like, is this a healing? Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Right. So yeah. So.
Okay.
So yes. So you guys have done. So again, if you're watching the archive, the developer saying that right away we knew it was going to be a clicker. This is an evolution of our previous game, which was a clicker. So the previous game was, what was the previous game called again? I have followed. Like so the previous game was free to play, I think. Do you want to have a look at on?
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. Time clickers, that was it.
Time clickers. Okay,
Now, because time clickers, if I'm right, you didn't move around in time clickers.
Okay.
Did you like?
I mean, I haven't played it, so I guess you are obviously asking the dev.
Yeah.
But, okay, so that's interesting. So it was right from the get-go. Obviously, this is something that you guys as developers had experience of, and it, you know, that makes sense. It's kind of, we're seeing it here that like it's clear. That
do you know what this gives me? Sorry, you. I'm not going to interrupt you, but this is giving me a real like. What's that game? The racing game where you all ghost with each other. Oh man. It's gonna Trackmania. This is giving me like a old school Trackmania vibe. Weirdly, it's just because like the brilliant kind of mess that's going on screen is just, and I mean that in the best possible way. I think that's it's just like, yeah, it's incredible all the stuff that's going on.
I mean, boy, does it escalate quickly. Like, in about 15 minutes of gameplay, you went from someone who could just about squish a bug to just kind of like rinsing your way through.
There's like another upgrade I really want to get before we end that I know about, and I don't know how long it is until I get there. There's a thing that you get.
You've seen a thing. So, okay, yeah, so I'm, yeah, alright, yeah. Okay, then is time. My next question for the devs then Is Time Clickers voxel art as well, or is that something new to Time Walkers? And if what was the choice behind that mode, that artistic style, that mode of art? And
right. So now I can
watch
upgrade.
Sean shoot things while we wait.
Yeah. It's interesting how the game is now changing to the point where I'm using these hotkeys.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of keeping an eye on those and just hitting those.
Speeds things up a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like, because does this mean you don't?
Ooh,
The
there's a
ghost
thing.
mode still works the way the ghost mode still works, even if you use the hotkeys. Right. So.
Yeah. So now I've got a plasma rifle. Everyone knows those are good.
Yeah.
Right. When does the bike unlock? Like spoilers for Dave, the fact that like
But there's going to be a bike.
that there's going to be a hover bike. Well, we saw the hover bike at the start.
Earlier. Yeah, we did. Kind of assumed that was coming.
Yeah.
But
Zone 70 after you do your first time on zone 70. So what zone are we on now? 32. 35.
35. 32,
Right.
35.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got a posse now though. Like,
Yeah.
so I think this is what's interesting is like, and again, developers in the stream, so let us know if you designed it this way, is you catch up with people, you naturally catch up and get into these groups together because of the way the game is working.
Okay. So we've still only seen like 2 types of enemy, right? Like, am I wrong there? There's the chargers and then the creepy crawly guys.
And the big guys.
Yeah, aren't they called chargers? Are they called chargers?
I don't know. They're named.
Yeah, I think because when you got killed by one.
Yeah. Yeah, so in the game, Jelly's saying like you form convoys with people over several days because I guess you guys you kind of stick with people you're progressing with.
Oh, that's nice.
Leaving the game running on its own. I want to have a good drink of water, but like, that's really really smart.
Yeah.
And that must have been a lot of work to get that working and get it working as well as it is. And it's something we haven't ever really toyed with other than with leaderboards, right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, there was some kind of consideration to trying to implement ghosting in that other kind of sense that you were talking about earlier in Cycle 28, so you could kind of follow your own runs or follow previous, other people's runs, but. I mean, this is taking it next level stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it, but then like, so we're the game we're making, like, and like I don't even know where to start with online anything. So like, I'm not. I mean, everything is possible to learn, I guess.
Yeah, it would be a learning curve for us.
But I would love. Sure. Do you want to explain kind of the basic idea of what we're making? Because I think this idea of a convoy would be kind of good, right?
Yeah, okay, so like at the moment it's still very much in broad strokes, but we are interested in a kind of a game where you do take a journey. That's probably obvious from some of our previous streams, things like Far Lane Sales. I suppose, up until this point, I'd only really considered that journey to be very much a solo play experience.
Yeah.
Where you are kind of building your vehicle as you go from one side of a country to another.
Yeah.
Incrementally it gets better and more efficient, and you clock up miles more quickly. But yeah, maybe there could be a multiplayer kind of thing where you, with other people, build that vehicle, and because you've got more players, you're able to do tasks more efficiently or quickly. That's kind of interesting. We'd have to have a look at that.
Yeah. Oh, I need to buy this thing. What's this? So. Okay, right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I suppose people who play this game a lot, I think more and more I've seen this concept of a game that's really just a chat room. So, like, for me, PlayerUnknown's Battleground was actually a bit of a chat room. So you know, we'd get together as a group of friends. We'd fly somewhere, like, you know, you drop in, yeah, you'd hide in the bathroom for a while and chat. And the reason we enjoyed the game was because we were just chatting. And like, I can imagine a lot of this is going to be about just kind of getting in your convoy, chatting.
Do you think it's not too hectic for that though? Like, it's too full on?
We're chatting. Everyone's chatting. Well, but we're not at the bit. We're not all the way there yet, Dave.
No, very
I'm still
true,
having to click and move.
Okay, yeah, maybe it gets even less less involved for the player. But I mean, and you can just hang out and chat. But you also got to remember we're on voice as well. Like, I guess most, you know, maybe players do get to know each other that well and want to just like hang out on Discord. Maybe Time Warpers has a Discord channel, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
like,
Time Warpers does have a Discord channel.
There we go.
So yeah, convoys are generally silent because people are AFK. Yeah, because this is one of those games. So this is the thing, right? So okay, like the question I ask you every week is this an incremental game? So like, let's go with that again. Is this an incremental game, Dave?
Yes. Right. Like this. Yeah, this is the first time we can 100% safely say this is an incremental game. And wears it on its sleeve, right? Like we talked about that a little bit earlier about the tone, is how some incremental games try and hide that. This incremental game like tells you straight up that's what's going on.
Yeah. So the question is, so Intelligent Design is one of our games. So and people will leave that AFK'd.
Yes.
I kind of wanted to make that an incremental game. So I've been kind of obsessed with this idea of incremental games for a while. And I've always tried to kind of... I've never gone full jumping in like these guys have, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, I mean... that's interesting though, because, yeah, it's not incremental because... there's not a sense that your plants will get bigger or your plants will get those genes that we play around with in Intelligent Design. They're not getting bigger. They're not progressing in that way. But your knowledge is getting incrementally more. Like, that's a stretch. But
yeah. Asus, one of the developers, is asking if he could post a link to their Discord, which is totally would be okay with that. If you want to, what's the easiest way to do that?
I'll post. Can I do that?
Can you find it? Is there any? Is it on your website or anything? Oh no. Okay, sorry, Asus.
Wait, okay.
Have you got a link to it? Where online can we find it? So Dave could paste it in.
Okay. No. Okay, I think I have the link. This is.
Awesome.
Okay, yep. And then I'll pop it in our YouTube channel as well.
So am I okay? Right. The limiters are used to try. Could someone tell me? So like, I think someone maybe already said this. So when I upgrade my gun, I lose all my perks and then have to buy the perks again. Is that what happens? ZXC. Yes, okay, I think the yes was to me. Yes, that's what happens. Awesome. Right, that explains things. Oh, this guy got the bike. Right, okay. That makes things a little clearer. Yeah. So level 100 Biocrystal. Oh, there's the perks. And I've got this like these things at the bottom of the screen. These abilities. I've got those set to auto fire. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, we're in billions now.
Yeah. They again, it's really funny, isn't it? Like that's just the letter B.
The numbers go up. The numbers go up.
Like.
Ooh.
And ostensibly, you're still killing the same enemy. Like, so people have said like there are more enemies as the game progresses, and you know, I figured that would be the case too. And we've seen, like, but yeah, that's fine.
yeah. So guys, do you think should I just be running ahead to see these other enemies? Or do I have to stand around like I am, or do I just go to a point where I can't? I can't get past with. Okay, right. I answered my own question. You see, I don't need to be walking around like this, but it's a first-person shooter, and I can't not.
Yeah, you're in that habit, right? Like as people say, like 2 people carry 20 who are AFK.
Yeah.
In order for that to work.
So, so you see, interesting decisions here. When do I upgrade versus leveling up my other things?
Shrug. I don't know. Like,
Okay.
Because you don't want to theory craft this. You've already made that quite clear early on.
Yeah, but,
like,
but that's what I mean.
really
Like, how do I without theory crafting? Just like the interesting. I'm telling you, man. You should have made everyone pick up the gold themselves. even though.
There's no way that would have worked. What are you talking about?
Right, okay, I'm just gonna go with this guy. Let's just go. Heal. Right, we're min-maxing now. This guy's gonna take us all the way to the top. But I do love the sounds of all that old.
Just coming home to Papa.
So what's the main difference, guys, with like time clickers? I don't know if you want to have a quick look, or we'll get like some answer from chat.
So they were talking a little bit when they answered my question about the voxel choice. So that they were using kind of squares with time clickers, and voxel seemed like a natural.
Yeah.
For representing like a 3D environment the way they wanted to go into like that. So.
Right. Ooh.
Yeah.
Also, time clickers is not 3D.
No, I've watched the trailer and stuff. I'm gonna look at it now. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like I've not got much critique other than this is awesome. I really like this.
Yeah, I mean we don't. Our dev stream isn't about critique.
Oh, I mean, sorry, I mean like I don't mean critique in that way. I mean like I've not got much interesting to say other than wow, this is cool. Look at the lights. What did you make this in, guys? Like, what did you use an engine? Write your own engine? Is this what is this in? Holy, hang on. Someone said that there's lore in this game, which there is, because we had the thing with the doctors, right?
Yes, yeah. Like, so yeah, there has been some nods to questions about like the scientist's role and the little bit of information you get each time.
Am I getting faster? Like, I feel like I'm walking faster. Oh yeah, multiplayer. Like, yeah, multiplayer is new.
That's a pretty big difference. Yeah. Yeah, and it was made in Unity by the sound of it. So.
Yeah. So this is like, it's funny because this is like incremental games have come full circle. Like, because
how so?
Well, incremental games were all about stripping out the actual gameplay to see the numbers, and now this is putting the gameplay back in.
Okay. But is it? like this is like one of those FPS that I mean I could get behind. In the sense that I don't have to aim, like you said earlier, I don't have to be like a cracked shot to do well in this game, right?
Oh, enter orbit. Oh, enter orbit view. Okay, right. Start the time warp. Okay, so
yeah, what is this time warp business? We haven't played around with this yet.
So I had key. Yeah, so I'm going to start time warp. Start a new timeline to receive 10 time cubes. Huh. Start a new timeline. Your progress will be reset, but you'll receive time cubes that improve team DPS. Do I do this? Prestige. But I've already prestiged.
Okay. You receive team DPS by 10%. I mean, that's...
Do I click yes?
Bump, but...
Do I click... Well, it's telling me to click yes, right? Start the time warp.
Like, why wouldn't you do this?
Ooh. Okay, choose a time... Oh, man. Okay. Oh, man. Choices. I recommend automatic fire energy and gold. So, I've got 10 cubes to spend. So
never listen to a scientist, Sean. You know that.
Yeah, are these like passive? So, Oh, okay, cool. Right. You can get the bike now. Awesome. Fantastic. What do you guys think I should pick then for my first? I've got I've got increased battery size. Teamwork DPS multiplier increases.
Okay.
Increases the amount of come on, more gold. Like yes.
Hard to argue with more gold.
Yeah, okay. So that's what more gold.
It doesn't feel like your bottleneck was damage.
One upgrade in each weapon and the rest in gold. Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, no, good call. So I've got turret. Oh man, why am I turret DP? Yes, like. Okay, so I've got. I'm gonna still. Do you know what? I'm gonna go. So, do I want to spend 2 to upgrade one of these other ones? Do you know what? We're gonna be playing on team, so I'm gonna increase that team one. So now.
Team player, like it.
Right. So. Okay. Back to this guy. Yeah.
Feels stronger. Oh, what's that? It's that flying thing. Were there flying things before?
It's a butterfly.
Yes, it's a butterfly.
Yeah.
But you couldn't. I mean, you just go. Can you shoot the butterfly? Should you shoot the butterfly?
I've got to find the butterfly. That collectible. Ah, awesome. Oh, team refers to myself and my robots. Okay, thanks for that.
Okay.
I was trying to help the other players, but oh well.
And now I was thinking you had to shoot the butterfly, and you actually have to collect it.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense.
So we've got to find a blue...
you are right back here. Like, wow,
oh, yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
Do you know what?
And now you're timing against yourself previously.
Right.
Satisfying. Nice touches. Those are nice touches.
What, hang on. What? Say that again. What was that? I was. Go on.
So you every time you clear a zone, I think it's going to come up and show you your time.
So that is like encouraging speed running and stuff there, isn't it? Like that's.
Yeah. So then the butterfly does something opposite, which is like encourages you to explore more and
so you have to
interact with the environment,
which makes it slower.
Yeah. So you're making a choice between chasing that butterfly or chasing that time.
Okay. Speed running. This is.
I guess unless the butterflies are now something you have to do.
No. What's the benefit of getting butterflies? Like. If someone can tell us. There's a blue butterfly. There's a blue one there.
Yeah, you had to find that but that's in your mission update. So what I'm wondering is whether or not that's a thing you have to. Oh no, so Kenzie's saying the butterflies are optional. So yeah, that's giving you that choice, which I really, really like. That's nice because you could just not do that. You could not worry about that. Like you've just zipped past that butterfly.
Yeah. A big gold boost. Okay,
interesting.
So there's interesting similarities with the time looping thing and Psycho 28 that like I'm thinking about now.
Yeah.
Well, like very loose similarity.
Very loosely, yeah.
And
it's yes, I suppose because in that sense, like I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. What am I trying to say here? Okay, so the gold that these early guys are dropping, is that like nothing compared to what you're used to?
Well, no, because now, but the cost has gone down now. So like the costs are the same as they were.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. Okay, yes, the costs are broken. So in that sense, like, there's no, it is like Psycho 28 in that sense. Where you're just, because the enemies aren't changing that drastically from run to run, but you are?
Well, my damage, I'm getting through this a lot quicker, like...
Yes. Yeah, so in that sense, like, Psycho 28 it's much quicker looping action in that sense then. But without quite the depth of differential experience. Does that make sense?
No.
So I'm trying to articulate, like, how is this experience different from the first time you ran it? Well, okay, so your number, like, it is different in a lot of ways, but it also is exactly the same in a lot of ways, right? So
yeah.
How does that feel different each time?
It's
Psycho 28.
Yeah,
the spawn points are different. Like the enemies that can come are different.
Do you want to explain?
How you fly through that space is different.
For people who haven't played Psycho 28.
Yeah, okay, it's fine. So yeah, Psycho 28 is a 6-minute loop game where maximum 6-minute loop if you survive the full loop, where it's a retro arcade space shooter, and you're just trying to crank up points.
That guy died so quick. Sorry. Like as you loop back through and you do more and more runs because you die, then you unlock different bits of the story and so on and so forth, and different upgrades if you can beat your person fast. So that's quite, in terms of a loop situation, that's very different to this, because you can, like in Psycho 28, you do carry the upgrades that you unlock, but this time kind of takes that to the max, right? Like you're just squishing people that like took you a long time to, took you some effort. Also, like every time you loop in Psycho 28, you kind of die a lot. like as Frozen said, it's like almost you fail and you're looping.
Yes, but you almost stop I mean, no, actually, you don't. I don't. I still think of it as dying because you still have that frustration of God damn it.
Yeah.
Just one more kill or one more boss or
could I could have not spent those. I could have not done the time thing. I could have kept going. Right. Yeah. So like. Yeah.
So I'm also intrigued by this. Like, the people you're with, did they have to go back to the start again with you as well? Or could they have carried on?
So, okay, and this is the other thing. Am I with people who are, like, on the same time loop as me?
Well, like, they
how
have
do you
bikes
say...
where you couldn't have bikes, so they must have been able to come
so
back.
They've come... They're coming... I'm seeing people at different... I choose to reset just to keep assisting. Okay, so yeah. Oh, that's okay. That makes the. Do you know what? That makes the whole. That makes this multiplayer game even more interesting. I think. Yeah. I think what. And like I'm saying this with the devs in the room, so like. There are a lot of smart decisions made, right? Because all of these things serve the one purpose. They all kind of are coming into the... They just... There's a synergy with everything that's happening here that just kind of works. And they all... Like, the interesting part of each aspect, like, they've designed mechanics to just amplify that.
Okay.
I think. Do you like...
So, make it simple for people like me to understand by giving us an example. What is...
So, for example, like the idea that... So, we've got this multiplayer aspect where we're all on our journeys.
Yeah.
the fact that like you reset and you all end up back at the same start point means if you're a super high like the lower I'm playing, this is the first time I played the game, but there's people around me.
Yeah.
If that mechanic wasn't there, then the people who are really good would just be going really far ahead and would never catch up with me.
Okay. So, but are they doing this because? So I'm interested. Are they doing this because like we're streaming and blah 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 blah, or are they doing this because they have an incentive to go back and not just help, but like play with people who are in those earlier zones?
I don't think there's an incentive. I'm kind of like, people are answering our questions in the chat, but I'm too busy looking at the screen to answer.
So yeah, just so you, okay, so I'll do that. So they, as Kenzie's pointed out, like, you know, they force that first time warp on you, so that you understand how it works, as part of the tutorial. Makes total sense.
Yeah.
And then you, like, later on, you can choose whether or not you want to do that. The number of you see beside a player's avatar is the highest zone they've reached, so you can kind of get a sense of how strong they are and stuff like that, and how far they go. And then people are saying that they do go back and try and boost the kind of people that are newer to the game a little bit. And someone's Frozen's wondering if they like, then get prestige points for themselves in that sense. And then, so prestiging is client-sided. Unless you coordinate a time warp, no one will warp with you. Okay, so again, maybe if you're playing with friends, that's something that you would obviously coordinate more than you do with randoms. Obviously, yeah, that makes sense. But I think you're right. Like, so that's a good example of a mechanic where, you're not going to necessarily get those dead early zones where no one else is about, maybe. I don't know. Like, obviously, this game hasn't been out that long, so.
How long has the game been out?
Let me remind myself of that. I did have the Steam page up a sec. The Steam page is also up in our chat, so if you want to go, just scroll back up.
Do you want to paste it again, just in case?
Sure. Save people.
November 2nd. Oh man, not long then. What? How many? And congratulations on getting the Giant Bomb coverage.
Okay, there's the Steam link again. So yeah, like I mean, I'd be interested to see whether or not some of that happens a little bit with this, because there's a ton of zones, right? Like it goes on and for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Or a long space time is a bit of a bad choice of words there. But
so, Frozen saying switch port.
Yeah.
And just it like. To the devs, if you guys haven't done anything on Nintendo before, just drop us an email and we can give you some help with that, maybe.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong maybe.
Well, we can tell you how to get started if you don't know. I know it's a bit of a kind of mysterious process, I think, to begin with.
Well, it can be, I guess. I don't know. Like, I guess when more and more people are doing it, like some of that gets a bit demystified.
Yeah.
Even though obviously a lot of people are under NDAs with Nintendo, including us for what we did, but like, you know.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, it's more a case of just how to.
Anything, then yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science in some ways, but
it's more about how you get your foot in the door is the stuff we can help with. Right, I can go. Okay, why am I waiting here like a fool? Oh no.
I mean, those turrets are just going crazy. Yeah, 3,000 is the current max time. Okay, so yeah, I mean.
How do I see what zone I'm in? It's 27.
I'm you in 27 or something like that. Yeah, I think so. So Right. Okay. Like again, I'm going to come back a little bit, this Sean, because I think you sidestepped the question a little bit. I want you to describe the kind of fun you're having when you're playing this now, especially seeing as like you're in multiplayer and it's gone, things have gone like absolutely crazy. Like, what is this fun?
That is so hard to describe.
Your words.
At the moment, I'm excited to see. The reason I'm currently playing now is I want to get further on this time cycle to see what's there. That's what my like. That's what. Is that fun? Like.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Well, I mean, so it's a goal, okay, and like something you want to achieve. That can be fun.
Yeah.
Is it, this person says, is it jealousy? Yeah, like, so Sean is clearly jealous of this guy's bike.
I think that is actually part of. I really want the bike.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to be away off the bike.
Yeah. But then once you get the bike, there will be another bike, right? There will be another incentive to keep you going, right?
Well, yeah, it's like getting further. It's getting further into the game. Like because it's really interesting. Okay. It's interesting that your level is how far you've got, basically. Right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So it's like how far you get in a single run, but then... So how do you... Like, I guess, do people just, every time they have enough time cubes to prestige, they do? Or is there ever that temptation of like, well, I could keep going?
No, presumably you, like, otherwise would you not... Like... Would you ever get into the thousands if you didn't keep going? Like, you'd have to keep going, right?
But you like, presumably I'm not going to get time cubes until like I'm not going to get time cubes in the same place that I did last time.
Okay.
I wouldn't have thought so. A lot of better people go into higher zones since they can easily get to 12.
So what's like? Okay, Sean. Like. This is because I'm trying to get you to talk a little bit like abstractly about what the fun side of this and all that kind of stuff. This is going to sound like a bit of a jerk question.
Yeah.
But what's going to stop you playing this game? Like, where do you reach that point where you're like, I'm going to go do something else, or I'm going to play a different game? Like, and that's quite hard to answer when you're playing it first time, probably. But
yeah.
I'm intrigued by that.
I don't know. Like, I guess when I don't feel like there's going to be any more upgrades.
Okay.
Or like when there's nothing new to get for me. Like, so that's where I'm going to be.
Okay. Which is interesting then about that incremental sense, because it's not so it's not necessarily about getting the numbers up to the biggest they can possibly be. It's actually when you've discovered everything there is to discover about the game.
Catch you later, Mario. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I said, I'm not sure. Like, I'm obsessed with incremental games, but I don't really play them very much.
So okay, so you that's also fascinating.
Yeah.
Like, because the idea of them then. Does the idea of them interest you more than the playing of them?
I think possibly more just the idea that answering that question of why is this fun? That's what's interesting to me. Like, how is why does this make it fun? And it does. Like, I mean, this has got some like lots of. The presentation is very good, right?
Sure. Oh yeah.
And that's helping.
Of course, but at the same time, that's like, I guess, yes, we could talk about all those kinds of elements that do make up the experience. But I think devs very early on in like a prototyping stage or anything like that, like a lot of the time you're asking that very simple question, is this fun? And if so, why? Because if you know why something you created is fun, then you don't ruin it, hopefully, by making it unfun or ruining that experience. So,
or you can make it more fun. You kind of like highlight the things that are fun. I think I don't know. Like, I think to me the multiplayer aspect of this is the most interesting, but
Okay.
Like a lot of people saying they're like AFKing. A lot of people. Does anyone play it private? Anyone in chat? Like, does anyone actually just play private, or do you always play with other people? What would you do, Dave? Would you, like, if you were playing this, would you play public?
I don't know. So I guess no. I suppose once you've played through that, I mean, maybe I would if I wanted that challenge element that you felt you had early on, where like it took you a couple of times to kill that first charger, right? Like you're like, here's a boss, you know. Because if you're just kind of like rinsing through it with a bunch of other people,
yeah,
and you're chatting and doing all that other stuff, and it's, you know, it's fun and you're having a good time. That's a different game experience too. If you are, you know, finding every wave difficult to kill.
Yeah. So, like, almost to go back to your other question, I've just realised what would keep me playing, which is the time mechanic.
So you try, okay, yeah. So like,
because it keeps telling me every time, like, you know, this is your best time was this, and you're this close to this. But then, it's kind of like we did with Cycle 28. Yeah. Like, you're told this is your best score. You were like this far off your best score.
Yes.
So some people have mentioned that and have talked about that in chat now.
Yeah. So like, okay. Yeah. Okay, so people, because you know, people like just that idea of seeing other people playing and what they're doing and all that kind of stuff, learning from each other. That makes sense. But so yeah, interestingly though, like you're talking about, so the Cycle 28, obviously it puts that, you know, it flashes up your personal best every time you die, and how much you scored on that. So it's constantly telling you how you've done and kind of encouraging you to do better. Do you think though that with this, especially in the multiplayer element, that, you know, it's going to be fair to judge that? Because sometimes you're going to be with a bunch of people who are much further than you.
Yeah. So that's an interesting question, isn't it? Is there a difference? Is that time? That's an interesting point.
Because that time doesn't lock to you in a sense of like, well,
I don't know. Does it? Is there a solo time? Is there a private time versus a team time?
Well, I guess there must be, right? Like, because, like, you're clear. All it's tracking, if I'm seeing it right, is like how long it takes you to clear a zone, and that is clearly linked to how many players are with you, right? Like, and how good they are and how quickly you're getting through it is not. Unless, like, so does the number of waves and their difficulty doesn't seem to be scaling with the number of players that you've got in there with you?
No, it doesn't seem, because I can just follow this, like, guide.
Yeah. Otherwise people wouldn't be able to AFK, right? Like, because if you were AFKing and there's 20 of you, the waves got 20 times harder.
Oh, I don't know, but I've got to kill 10. I've got to kill the waves. I've got to kill 10 waves. But people help me.
So that means you're going to go quicker, like, essentially.
Yeah.
So
I don't have to tap. I can just hold down click now. Stupid. I don't know when I got that upgrade, but I've been clicking like a madman. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. So my voice is kind of going to give up soon. So I think we may not make it to the bike. For those of you who've joined the stream like halfway through, I have a cold and have had a cold for I don't know how long.
Yeah, you missed a whole week streaming of it. So we're glad to have you back. And yeah, so I mean, maybe we'll come back to Time Warpers next week and get Sean that bike. And kind of continue talking about game development and what we can learn from incremental games for our own process.
But a big thank you to the devs and everyone who came along, because we've had quite a few people who play in the game who've popped in. So thanks fantastic. For that. So where can they find us around the internet? Who are we and what are we doing?
Okay, you can find Pillbug Interactive at pillbug.zone on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also find us on our Discord, links to which are on our website, pillbug.zone. And of course, you can find us on Twitch and YouTube as well.
Yeah, we do a stream every week. So we play it. We tend to take in turns bringing a game in, and it's to do with what we're making for our next game. But yeah, cool. Okay. Thanks, Dave. This is fun. Sean. What do you think? Like, last word from you.
Last words.
Because you didn't have a clue what this game was before. Today.
Yeah, you forbid me actually to look up anything about it because you wanted to spring a bunch of surprises on me. What I think, great. I really enjoyed kind of seeing. You know what? I just these kind of things. I really enjoyed those early stages where you are like, holy crap, I've unlocked a drone, or oh my god, there's a turret. How does that work? And so those early parts of the game really, really interested me, and I enjoyed watching that. And then when you drop the bomb of that multiplayer moment, that was really awesome. And I think there's just been a lot of really sweet design choices that have gone into this game to make it a really good experience. So I am thank you for sharing it.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.